My country, Uganda, is a landlocked nation in East Africa. In the mid-1980s, some of the very first reports of HIV/AIDS came from here. And up until recently, our country has seen fighting in one region or the other for the last 50 years. I grew up in poverty and brokenness, and I am not alone. Most people here have similar tragic stories. The people of Uganda have a deep need for the good news of Jesus Christ, and I am one of his representatives in this place. But it can be difficult to reach people when they don't have basic needs, food, clean water, or reliable shelter. It is estimated that 1.5 million people live here in the capital city of Kampala, and over 80% of them live in slums. The children play in piles of garbage, and disease is everywhere. When it rains, the structures are sometimes washed away, and people are killed as their tiny homes collapse on them. Human waste mixes with the water that people drink and wash with, and cholera outbreaks result in widespread deaths. I personally sacrificed everything I had to fight these atrocities and tried to lead my church in doing likewise. But a few years ago, when the elders deemed that we weren't making enough of a difference, they started to withdraw the funding and efforts of the church. I knew I couldn't do it alone, and I began to give up. I was heartbroken, and I'm sure that God was too. I'll never forget attending my first Global Leadership Summit in Nairobi, Kenya. It felt as if the messages were prepared just for me. From the first session, I heard practical steps to immediately begin moving and influencing the people in my church. I was challenged and inspired as each speaker presented concepts that I desperately needed to hear. The GLS led to a dramatic change in my effectiveness as a leader and in the impact the church had on our community. We built a housing development on the property near our church, a significant improvement over the slums that people had been living in. These housing units have secure entrances and exits, clean water, a septic system, and proper drainage to handle the heavy rains. 150 families are living in much better conditions now, with more families soon to move into their new homes. And our church has a vision for creating affordable housing that could transform all of Kampala. I thank God for the way He is now using me as a leader and for the way His Spirit has stirred up the people in our congregation to take care of these families so desperately in need. We are making a real difference here, and just as He did in the early church, God is adding to our numbers daily.